Hello, so we're back in Sunset Valley for another renovation. I'm currently doing a few big ones and they're not ready yet, so I need a quick one to fill in the gap there. It's going to be the park here. Let's check it out in Edit Town. So it's Maywood Glen and it's not that small, 30 by 30. I've never renovated it. I've seen it around, again, in other people's games. The idea here is to have it as a dog park, even though I already have one. I've already met one there, and it's also the police station, but I'm going to remove that lot soon, because I'd like to build a school there instead. So this one is going to be the replacement dog park. Okay, let's have a closer look. So here it is. It's in the middle of a lane, of a pathway there that goes from that neighborhood here to downtown, I think. Yeah. So that's the previous dog park here, the police station with the parkour for the dogs there. Okay, so might use that. Also, I'm so sorry if I sound a bit bizarre. I'm under the weather and a bit teary-eyed actually. Try to focus on the lot here. Those are vegetable. Okay, great. And there is a chessboard. Okay, and just tables. So nothing much there. Are there more? Lime tree. Oh, apple trees. Okay. Are there more vegetable plants, maybe hidden in the bushes? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, really nothing much. So it should be quick, but I'm going to add a few more things. I'm going to think about what dogs use. So there are a few toys. I think I need a dog house so that they can woohoo. And what else? They can dig holes, so can put the it's not really a spawner, but it's in the Bite-a-Bug catalog. And what else? I think they can swim. Yeah, they can swim. I've seen dogs in swimming pools, so I might do something like a small body of water where they could swim using the swimming pool tool, maybe. But my main idea to keep the same vibe, let's say, is to have the pathway, to continue the pathway there, because it's discontinued a bit abruptly. Why not continue it and have the pathway there, and maybe we can build not really a gazebo or some sort of shelter. Yeah, and maybe that's it, because I'm still adding things. I like to have the dog house a bit hidden too, because it's not really a place where, I mean, it's not a kennel, so it's a bit weird to have a dog house in a park. So maybe have it in some sort of a shed, a tool shed, and since there are harvestable plants, have a patch, a garden patch somewhere. It's 30 by 30, it doesn't look like it. So maybe it goes, oh yeah, it goes up to there. Ooh, so maybe I can have the garden a bit uphill, like here. That would be cool. So the part I'm not sure of is if I add a pond, a fake one, a swimming pool disguised as the pond for the dogs to swim in. I might do it a very small one, maybe. We'll see. Because I need to disguise it, so it needs to be... Oof. I'm not sure about this one. Okay, so these are the main ideas. I'll try and keep it simple still. I need a quick episode, so I don't need to add too many things there. I don't like to have too simple of a lot, because when the Sims go somewhere, I like them to have an array of activities to do. And so that's why I keep trying to find new things to do on the lots. I'm making over. Okay, but yeah, let's go with these ideas and see what we can do there. And yes, it's a quick one. I'm so happy I managed to have it done in a couple of hours, if I'm counting the playtesting. So it has been playtested. I've sent Mrs. Doubtfire there with Beethoven, her dog, and yes, it worked. Not the first time I had to redo the pool area, the pond area a tad, just to adjust a few things there, but everything else was working fine. And then when I tested it again, the pond area, it was working, so Beethoven was able to go and doggy swim there. And also who else was there and went in the pool? I think it was Connor, one of the Frio brothers. Yeah, it was that. Yeah, it was him. He went straight to the pool and took a dip there. There is not much room there, but yeah, they can swim in that small pond there, small body of water. So I also did a sort of gazebo there. First thing I did was to continue that lane, that pathway there in the middle, and I've tried to have somewhat the same to cover the same trail, that was already there, even though it was a bit more bumpy, but I've tried to have the same tracing there. Then I used one of those tiled squares that were there to have as a footprint for the gazebo or the shelter that is there. And for that building, I had some of, I guess I went a bit rustic for the I didn't want it to be the oval shape that usually gazebo are, so that's why it's a square. It was nice to be able to reuse a shape that was already there. And then added at first I thought it might be a tool shed there, but then I was thinking that the SIMS coming over there might need a toilet, so I've put a toilet inside, and there is also a potty for toddlers, and so that's where I have the dog house a bit semi-hidden there. So one of the wall is lower, and I've put a hole in it and put the dog house inside, so that it's a bit hidden. And I almost did a bigger shed there, because we're thinking that maybe the doghouse could be totally hidden inside, so that there is only the hole for the entrance of the doghouse, only that appearing, and then it wouldn't look as bizarre to have a doghouse in a park. But yeah, I'm going with that quirky look for the shed there. So then did some landscaping, so that because it's a glen, so it's a bit hilly. Well, it's a dip in the hill, so worked a bit more the terrain, so that it's not as flat. It wasn't that flat, because so that I think a couple of tearing on the side, because it's a hilly terrain, so that's what happens to those lots pretty often. So there are tearings on the side, and it's when the lot was placed in Edit Town or in Creator World, and the only way to get rid of that is to remove the lot in Creator World and have it place it again. So I'm not doing that here. Well, not for that version, but yeah, so that's the case here. So I've tried to hide them also behind bushes, or I think I've put a rock somewhere also, so that it's not that apparent there on that side of the lot, because I think coming from the outside you can still see both tearings from the pathway. But so as I've said, I've added a few activities there. So my thought process was that when Sims come over with their dogs, they are going to maybe let them roam free and use their balls, their balls. Hard time making the difference in the pronunciation, but so footballs, balls, and balls to play with. And I've also added, so I've said there's not spawners, but I've added spawners, 3 of them I think, the white flower one, and the one with hedgehog I think, and another one, what was it? Don't remember. Oh, but a butterfly one, because it's pretty. and I've put a few activities for the Sims that are tagging along their dogs for their outing, and so they are for different ages. For instance, I put a couple of games for the toddlers in the gazebo, that swing set, because we're thinking they could, the teenagers could use it, the kids could use it, even the adult Sims, they can hang out there. So also a hopscotch court, and that's about it. oh yeah, I've kept the trees, the harvestable trees, so the 2 lime trees and the 2 apple trees there. I haven't added other plants, harvestable ones, but they can be added easily because there is room for them if need be. And yeah, that's about it. Toys for dogs, but yeah, that's the lot here. So a quick tour of the lot of Maywood Glen, with the lane here, crossing it from one side to the other. The swing set in the back, like the small orchard, I guess. Then the gazebo, so there I've kept the chessboard. That's the original one with the original chairs, just recolored them. And then in the gazebo there are a few toys and food for the dogs. The shed, so that's where the toilets are, and the dog shed, the dog house, the pond there, and that's one of the tearing that was hidden. And then the other side of the lot here. Overview with the lane here, with a few activities to do there, a pathway leading to that, the harvestable trees here, the gazebo over there, the shed, the pond here, swim wall, a few toys here and there for the dogs, and then inside the gazebo there are a few more toys for the toddlers too, and the football sittings. And then in the shed, let's have a close-up. Here we go. So there is the dog house here, which is hidden over there. then a toilet here from World Adventures, and then a potty and a sink here, which is from Outdoor Living, I'm going to say. So that's one stuff bag needed for that lot. So Maywood Glen done, and next time should be a big one. I'm not 100% sure. If I'm not done, I think I can do the beach quickly too. I'm guessing I'm not that good with beaches, so we'll see. But that will be for a next video. I'll see you then. À bientôt.